catastrophe from global warming, radioactivity from hundreds of nuclear reactors, 1 in 6 workers unemployed, 1 in 6 homes in foreclosure, 1 in 6 Americans in poverty. The real threats to our security flow from capitalism and its insane drive for growth by any means necessary, by the dispossession of people and the destruction of nature and wilderness. The real threats to our security flow from the two-party structure of corporate rule that protects the system. In the Green Party, we say it is time to change this system. It's time to convert the resources of the military-industrial complex into a multi-trillion-dollar, multi-year Green New Deal. To employ the unemployed, to stabilize the climate and the people's needs. It's time to take the power away from the corporate rulers and their political
there's so much like
in the Democratic and Republican parties. Brothers and sisters, it's time to declare our political independence. It's time for the peace, labor, and environmental movements to run our own independent candidates. It's time to build the independent power we have to change the system and build peace, justice, and a sustainable environment.
Next up is Bonnie Burroughs. She's an award-winning Broadway actress who's given over 6,000 performances, created 8 one-woman shows, and all that's been intertwined with a life of activism in the fight against war and racism, sexism, and economic oppression. Please welcome Viney Burroughs.
Greetings, brothers and sisters, and I have only one thing to say to Sarah. Call me a cultural worker. That's what I am, and that's what we all are. We are workers, and we are one. We are one with the people of Egypt, of Yemen, of Palestine. We are one in opposing the wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan. We are one with the 5 million people of Libya who in the first days of the humanitarian military action were attacked by 161 Tomahawk cruise missiles launched from more than 100 submarines. Each cruise missile cost more than $1 million. And so, in the first few days of the combined United States and UK military assault on Libya, the cost to us, taxpayers, was $250 million. Compared to the $2 billion a week in Afghanistan, that is chump change. Now, before leaving the Libya scenario, let us remind ourselves of the bottom line in our capitalist society. The bottom line is money, not more wages for the laborer, but greater profits for the producer. In this instance, oil is the real reason for our militaristic Libyan expedition. The imperial conqueror is lusting after black gold, oil. And this same lust for greed and profit kidnapped upwards of 20 million of my ancestors from Africa. The transatlantic slave trade built up the great cities of England, Liverpool, London. Slave labor, free labor made the United States cotton king and laid the foundation for the giant we were to become. Black gold from Africa as free labor, and black gold today with the control of the vast reserves of oil. And now, the newly created unified military command, AFRICOM, is leading the charge with our sinister machinations in Libya specifically and Africa in general. We speak truth to power. We are one.
Thank you, Viney Burroughs. Next up and co-chairing this section, Chris Gavreau, who's really been a pioneer of the effort to organize this new coalition, United National Anti-War Committee. She's with the Connecticut United for Peace and New England United. Chris Gavreau.
Today we see
movement. A movement born out of outrage by the threat of a new Operation Cast Lead. A movement that recoils in horror from the Pentagon's activation of AFRICOM, its African Command, to facilitate the taming of the Arab Revolution, to facilitate the continued U.S.-European corporate proxy wars in the Congo and other sub-Saharan nations. This is the anti-war movement that sees its future in solidarity and common action with the public workers in Wisconsin, in Ohio, in Tennessee.
Yes.
This is the anti-war movement that understands clearly there will be no end to Washington's fake war on terror until every Muslim American is free from the fear of state-stoked Islamophobia, free from the fear of FBI surveillance and entrapment, free from unjust preemptive prosecutions, from the horrors of solitary confinement in the communication management units hidden around this country. A movement that does not shy away from the other wars, the war on the U.S.-Mexico border, now more militarized than ever, and the sight of thousands of civilian deaths. A movement that understands the war on the African continent is paralleled by a war on the community that has been so systematically incarcerated in the U.S. that commentators call the process the new Jim Crow. An anti-war movement that remembers nuclear power has always been a handmaiden to the war industry. In short, a movement built on solidarity, 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 no new McCarthyism, no witch hunt against Muslim Americans, bring the war dollars home, join UNAP.